Hey, Rogue. How we doing today? Yeah, so just gonna get kicked off here real quick before I have to go to work today. I worked all weekend. It was kind of fun. But if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life, right? That is definitely a truth. There's some definite truth in that. Yeah, this belongs to a friend of mine that lives here in the town that I live in, a little town here. And it's got the classic shittiest paint Gibson could find to put on a guitar, which really, my black Les Paul that is, well, where is it? Right there. Yeah, over there. There it is. Has the same paint. They use the thinnest, shittiest paint you could ever imagine putting on a guitar. It just wears off in a blink. And, so that, I mean, which is fine. It makes the guitar, the relict look of instruments is kind of a popular thing. It's very popular. So these look relict rather quickly in most cases. I'll try and bring my voice up just a little bit. I'll give myself a little more gain. So let's see here. One thing I'm noticing, I did play this guitar a little bit last night, and I'm noticing some tuning issues. It does have I believe the nut has been replaced by someone else, not me. So it's got a plastic nut on it, unfortunately, and it may have been done. This may be the original nut. I don't know. But that's something I'm going to talk to this young man. Yeah. Oh, cool. I'm gonna run a tuner on this thing again. Yeah. So the G string is not wanting to stay. So I am noticing that and I do have a gate on the guitar or the vocal mic. So if I'm playing and you can't hear me talk, it's simply because I've got that, because the pick noise I've noticed in my live streams is being picked up very well by the overhead microphone that I'm using. A little coffee. So I just have a little bit. So yeah, the guitar is actually sounding pretty darn good. We'll go to just a straight up clean. A little bit louder than my dirty channel. We'll bring that volume down just a bit. See how our balance. So nice clean tone. Guitar has a pretty good chunky neck. I like the neck on this guitar. This is a 2002 Gibson SG. Yes, it is a real Gibson. And I'm not sure. I was asked after posting a picture of this guitar if it was one of the goth style guitars they released. I can't answer that question. I didn't run the serial number. I don't know 100%. So here we are with the bridge pickup with some volume. We've got the tone controls just beamed. And here's the neck pickup. So it sounds, you know, pretty good in tune. And did the intonation yesterday. And this morning when I got up, I checked the setup work that I had done on this, and I received a new measuring device from a friend of mine, Smiling Bill. That's what it looks like. It measures in 64ths on this end and 32nds on the opposite end. So it's a pretty neat little measuring device. And in fact, it measures both 64ths and 32nds on both ends of the measuring device. But we're still holding. I set it up yesterday at 5/64ths on the bass E string and 4/64ths on the treble E string at the 12th fret. And this thing is holding true to form. I set the neck relief at about 9 thousandths. And it held great. I measured it this morning, so overnight it held true to form. So this guitar is pretty much ready to go home at this point. So I'm really happy with it. But I thought I'd give it a little play this morning, just to see how it handles playing some actual music, because the best way to test a guitar is truly practical application, right? You know, or scales. So I'm going to play along with the backing track here, and we'll see how this thing holds up. I'm not sure what the backing track will be or what key it's in. I have no idea at this point. We'll see how this goes. I don't know what I may have recorded. We shall see. I'll have to figure out what the key is. So this is an F. And this guitar is tuned down a half step, so technically this would be in E, I guess. Seems to hold tune pretty well. It needs a little more playing time, I think. I have no idea what this one... Okay, I don't know. So this one's in F minor again. I don't know. I must have recorded a bunch of backing. Having tuned this guitar a half step flat, let's check our tuning. Let's check our tuning here. See where she's hanging. I'm gonna go back to a clean. Sounding up pretty okay. Let's see. The big argument about Gibson's not staying in tune. So the G string is definitely, if you notice, I'll push up here. It's a little bit sharp. So if I strike the string fairly softly, that's an F sharp note. And if I push down on the nut, behind the nut, boy, it's holding. Now it's flat. Now it's in tune. So then the B string is really sharp right now. That's so we may want to do a new nut. We may want to do a new nut on this guitar. Again, I'm not a big fan of plastic nuts, and this one is definitely plastic. If you flip it upside down, the nut came out of this guitar the moment I took the strings off of it, which I glued it back into place with a couple of small spots of CA glue. But I feel that a bone nut and one that I would cut the slots in would probably improve the tuning stability quite a bit on this guitar. The intonation is really nice. Really happy with the way that turned out. It was totally out of whack when I got the guitar. And a little history behind this guitar. Been going to the open jam that happens here in our community. We have a pretty vibrant music community. A lot of young people, a lot of younger folks that are learning to play and that are becoming been bit by the live music bug. They've played live a few times. Are playing at an open jam down here, and some older guys like myself will go down and join in that open jam once in a while. But this young guy, I've been watching him go in there. He plays through an old, God, what is that thing? I can't remember the type of amp it is, but it's just blaring, heavy distortion, way more gain. Let me just crank the gain. So his guitar tone is typically something, but way more bass, I think, and lots less mids. I'm going to try and EQ this and try and duplicate a tone that he might use. Very mid scooped. So that's what you're going to. Boy, and even way higher gain than that. And I can't really add, well, I guess I could maybe add a overdrive in front of this. Let's see how that goes. I really can't make this this guitar amp. I cannot get the same type of distortion that this young man uses. I'm not going to mention his name just to keep his for his own privacy. But anyhow, lots of high gain. He does lots of covers, some fairly complicated tunes. So it's really he's fun to go watch. But I've been watching him play this guitar. And I've looked at it a few times over those several months that I've been going there, and the headstock had a crack in it. I've repaired that, and it's almost invisible now. And let's see what else. The string, everything. The setup on his guitar was just tragic. So it kind of felt good to be able to. What I did was I took my SG. You'll notice I don't have my SG in its normal spot right here. This one's been hanging there. I let him take mine home, so he had a guitar to play while I was working on this thing. That was Thursday night, and today being Monday, and actually yesterday, I was able to play this guitar a little bit, and boy, it feels light years better. And he played mine and sent me a note and said that he, if I could get this thing feeling anything like mine, that he would be real happy with it. Now, the two guitars are vastly different. Mine has the ghost fret type, really short little wide frets. This one has narrower, taller frets. So the necks feel similar, but the frets are different. So the feel of this guitar is quite different than my own. But I will say that the two guitars sound very similar. Let me see. Let's turn this gain back down a bit, and we'll see how tight we can make it. Yeah, that tone, I'm not real happy with that tone. What is that? Mid boost. Yeah, we don't need that. So, the guitars sound very similar. He has different capacitors on his tone controls. So the tone pots definitely work differently, but I don't really mess with tone pots a whole lot. They're usually just cranked. So just a little bit of insight into this thing. And yeah, the neck repair looks really good. It was broken. This guitar the headstock was broken for a long time. I mean, years. This kid's been playing this, and the break was super clean, but the fact that it was broken for so long, Obviously, we couldn't keep from dust and material getting inside this crack at gigs and things like that. And so when I went to, it wasn't splintered or anything like that. So when I went to glue it back together again, I could not get the crack to fully match up exactly perfectly, which really kind of bummed me out. But the repair, I believe, is very stable. I didn't do any finish work to it. I didn't sand it or anything. And take a look at the back of the neck, and that's what it looks like. So it's a little bit of noticeable right here at the tip where some of the material got worn off from it being broken for so long. And this side crack right here did not match up absolutely perfectly. I can feel just a little bit of a bump there, and we're going to call that okay. It's in light years better shape. The other thing was that it had a huge underbow. Whenever this thing got broke, somebody did the smart thing and released the tension on the truss rod. So that was cool. But the guitar's been strung up and played, so it's had a lot of force. And, there's nothing I can do about getting all of the guck out of the crack. So I'll just blame there being probably dust, maybe a little bit of, it could be dog hair and who knows, inside the crack. And it would have forced me to damage this guitar far worse than it was already damaged to do the repair. Hello, Hugh. So this guitar has been brought back to life. And it's going to get used this Thursday. Again, it's tuned to E flat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play along with one more backing track here, but I'm going to put let me see, what can I do? Pitch? Let me do a pitch. I'm going to move the Rhea pitch. I think this will do it. If I put this on this track, if I can shift it one semitone flat, there we go. We're going to try playing along with another backing track here just to see how this works. We'll see if this does work. Here we go. I'm going to have some delay. I don't know. This one, again, it should be an E. Yeah, so now it's an E flat. Okay. Let's see if I can... Yeah, I'd say this thing's pretty much ready to go. So I just thought I'd put this out there real quick this morning. I got to get going. I got to go to work. Peace, y'all. Have a great day. Have really a lot of fun with your afternoon, evening, whatever time of day it is. Hey, peace.